Here we are again. Up in this piece. Up in this piece. Yeah. Here we are again. Up in this piece. Let me see if I can hear myself. Up in this piece. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Let's see here. Well, I don't know why I tried on my phone. I can never hear it on my phone. Hey, I can hear it on my phone now. Yeah. All right, well, good. Well, welcome back, all my fine aviation enthusiast friends. Welcome back to the Airplane Show. Yeah, bitch. Yeah. So, as promised, I'm back. This is the first of our doubleheader tonight. Doubleheader might not take place one behind each other, but there will be 2 more airplane flights tonight. Faux show. This is the first one. This one is a flight that's going on right now. Southwest Flight 2744 from Sacramento, California to San Diego, California. Flying the 737-800. That's right. That's what's flying. It took off from this airport here. It used gate 20. I got the same route plugged in the Navigraph. I already built it in SimBrief. I got the call sign ready. I got the flight ready, sort of. So let's go ahead and jump in this mud. Let's get and jump in this mud. Oops. And we got lives. Yeah, we got lives turned on. Let's go, bitch. So welcome to the Saturday night special. I guess it's a special. I don't know. I'm here, so it's special, right? Gotta be if I'm here. It's gotta be special if I'm here, right? That's why y'all tune in. You tune in to hear me sprout all kinds of shit. You never know what I'm gonna say, that's for sure. Alright, let's see here. Let's go here and plug that in. And let me turn this volumes down. Alright, yeah. Southwest. Maybe we'll get some sort of failure tonight. That would be cool. All right, so we're over here in San Diego, in Sacramento. Now I want to get rid of these stirs. So actually, let me use my mouse because this airplane is much better if I use the mouse. Otherwise, I got to double click everything. For some reason, with the controller, I got to double click everything with this airplane. Like, click it and then click it again. Double click. All right, let's come over here. And I use the Copilot side for all the setup stuff. Push that in and hold it. All right, let's go to setup. Let's go to, oh, not setup. My bad. Actions. All right, let's get rid of the air stairs first. Okay, let's release the stairs. Make sure it actually happens. So I want to get the jetway connected. Make it a little more realistic. All right, let's do jetway. And let's come back here. All right, that's out of the way. Now we can click on this. There we go. Now that jetway going, we're going to give our airplane a little kiss. It's going to butt right up against it and give you a mwah, just a little kiss. There we go. Now the door should be open. Oh, it isn't. All right, well, let's open the door then. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get the trucks out here. So we need 61.48 for fuel. So let's go ahead and just put like 4,000 right now. That way it'll give the fuel truck something to do. And let's release the payload. And now let's come over here, ground services. Let's plug in 6148. We'll just plug in 6200. Now there's nothing showing up here yet because the airplane's not on, so our system doesn't know how much fuel's in our, in our tank yet. So, all right, let's request the fuel truck. In sim brief, we have 145 passengers tonight. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's start loading them in. And our cargo tonight is 3,600. So let's do 1,000 front. And we'll do 2,600 in the rear. All right, now we'll keep an eye on all this. Fuel trucks arriving. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and turn on the battery. And turn on the ground power. And let's go ahead and put our lights on. And down here again, and actions. And ground services. Let's go ahead and start fueling. See, now it had that 4,000 there. All right, it's arriving, and the arrival's on hold until this one's done. So when these both turn green, then we can start doing that. Wait for our screens to kick on. They should kick on here momentarily. There we go there. All right, let's get our IRS lined up. Put it on heading STS. Line U and line U up. Let's come down here and go to FMC. Position in it. Let's go to next, and let me look at our coordinates. North 3841, 35, that's close enough. Let's go back and let's click on this, and we can start loading the rear. All right, let's wait for this to finish. It should finish. It only takes, I think, about 30 seconds. Yo, what's up, Kobe? Welcome back, my dude. What's good? What's up, Spacey? Hey, what's up yourself? Let me type in some shits. Hey, what's good? Hey man, we up in this bitch tonight on a Saturday night. When you got kids, sometimes you just can't go out and do shit. Sometimes you just gotta stay home. But that's all right. We're gonna fly this here Southwest plane. All right, let's go to route. And we got, what the fuck is this airport? Sacramento. KSMF. KSMF. All right, and then KSAN. And then I'm doing one more video later tonight. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing yet. So if anybody's got a request that they would like to see, I will do my best to fulfill it. Because I don't exactly know what I'm going to be doing tonight. Later on tonight. I was thinking about one of the new planes I bought recently, or like the Cessna CJ7, or CJ4, but I don't know yet. Maybe the longitude. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All right, SWA 2744. All right, request flight plan. Let me see if I can. Oh, I can't bring it in. That's right. That's grayed out. Shit. All right, that's fine. Let's go ahead and click departure. And we are doing runway 35 left. And we are doing this. And FRA is our transition. Let's go to next. Then we are going to EHF. It's a pretty easy flight plan tonight, not no airways or anything like that. All right, EHF. And let's go ahead and plug our arrival in. So we are doing the RNAV Z27. RNAV Z27, and we are doing the Kloman transition, and we are doing Comics 2 and Hulk. Now we do need to get rid of a couple of waypoints though, so we will take care of that here momentarily. Okay, so that's all done. We can release these two vehicles. We can release the fuel truck. It'd be nice if like there was actual bags that was, you know, like simulated. When you use the ATC and call the ATC over to do it, there is, but with this PMG setup there isn't. So I mean, I'm not complaining, I'm just stating out the two differences. So all right, let's go ahead and go to legs. And okay, so Hulk, let me look at our flight plan here on Navigraph. So we are going right from, wow, this is a long arrival, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're going right from EHF to Hulk. All right, so we can get rid of this discontinuity, so we'll click on this here. And then click that there. Now we'll put our cruising altitude in after we program our performance factors. Because if you do it first, it's going to change it. It's going to change the altitude. So it's better to do it after you bring the weights and all that in. With this plane, at least it is. All right, so when it gets to Kloman, yeah, see, we got Kloman twice. So Kloman. Pmdg, we need to get rid of anything after this first Kloman here. So we got X-Men, yep, X-Mans, and then, all right, so let's go ahead and bring this one up to here, and this one up to here. This, what the hell? Okay, let's try that again. All right, and this up to here. All right, we should be good now. Let's look at our actual, wait a minute, let me check one thing first. That's still loading, and the passengers are still loading. Okay. Let's come up here and switch this to flight plan. And let's click on legs again. And now let's click this step button and step through everything. Yep. Looks good. Looks good, my friends. Let's go ahead and program in our, what the hell is it called? Our forecast for our descent. So we are cruising at 35,000 feet tonight. or this afternoon if you're living in California. So let's come down here. Let's go to sent. Plug in the forecast. Now, I don't think we can request it. Let's see. I don't think we have the software for it. Yeah, we don't. All right. So let's do 31,000 feet. We'll do 20,000 feet. And we'll do 10,000 feet. Execute that. And we have 322 by 42. And we have 307 by 21. And we have 329 by 20. Very good. So that's pretty much all we can set up at the moment until this is all finished. All right, so this one is done. And the passengers are done. Very good. So let's get rid of the jetway. And let's close our door. Very good. Let's contact the ATC and tell them what we want to do. You know what it always does is it always gives us the opposite of what we need. All right, let's see if we can change it. Well, let me see if I can, if we can still use the same. We can still use the same departure. I don't know if we can or not. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we can. Okay. All right, that's not a problem. Let's go ahead and let's see what our 30.06. Let's change that. All right, let's tune back to ground. All right, and what did they say runway was again? Jesus, 17 right. My brain is like fried. I forgot that quickly. All right, 17 right. Let's change that first, and then we'll bring in our weights and all that. All right. What am I doing here? Yep, this one here. 17 right. Select. And we should be okay. Take a look here on our flight plan. VHF, and all right, now we're good. All right, let's go ahead and bring over our weights and stuff. So let's perform the initialization request. After this, we'll go ahead and turn the APU on and then, get rolling. All right, let's click load. Let's execute. Now we got a few things to change. The cost index according to SimBrief is 30. Our Our fuel plan is 5.92, so let's put in 5.9. Our cruise winds are 312. Hey, hold on, let me mute this. What's that?
I'm not going to heat it up.
You're not going to heat it up? All right. All right, so cruise winds are 312 by 39. So let's plug that in. And that's fine. Now our cruising altitude is way off. We are at flight level 350. All right, now let's click that. Let's go back to init. So that's all set up. Let's go to N1 limit. I always put 30 degrees over top of that, so let's do 44. And we'll do climb number 1. Let's go to takeoff. And now here, I always plug in the runway wind and the slope of the runway first. So let's put in the slope. Slope-a-dope. All right, negative 0.02. And let's see here, the runway winds are all right, and our runway wind is 240 by 8. So, thing is, if we were to plug in this information first for the center of gravity and the flaps, we would get our V speeds, right? However, once we plug this in, then the V speeds are going to change. So it's just better to, at least I do, I just wait until that's done. And let's try flaps 5. That should be fine. Because we got a pretty long runway today, so let's see here, flaps 10, trim 3.28, flaps 5, 4. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. See you, guy.
Yeah.
Take your cord up with you.
Where's it at?
It's in the hallway in the Amazon bag.
Little what?
It's in the hallway in the Amazon bag. Here we go. Let's confirm all that. And that should be about it. Takeoff. Yeah, because the next thing is approach after that. So yeah, we're all good. Let's put on our ATC. Let's put on the APU. Let's go ahead and then we can back up. That's good. Let's put on our bleed. Let's put this on 35,000. Our landing altitude today is it's 17, so let's just put that at 50. Arm our emergency lights. Let's put our seatbelts on. APU is almost ready. Let's put our yaw dampener on. Some lights on. Go ahead and put these panel lights on here. And let's do the panel lights over here. Very good. Let's put on the generators for the APU. Give that a second to kind of marinate, and then we will we'll back up. Put on the window heat. Put on the probes. All right, we are good to go. Let's go ahead and disconnect our ground power. All right, very good. Let's go to pushback. Let's make sure our brakes are on. Let's put them on. And let's go ahead and remove our chocks. Select the tug. Now turn nose. I always get this confused. Turn nose to the right. I think that's correct. I think it's from the pilot seat.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our left. Roger that. Ready to push. Tail to the left. Parking brakes off. Brakes released.
See if we need to stop it or if it's okay. All right, let me turn the mouse off. I don't need that for a while. Not until we switch to standard pressure. Oh, I hope I did it correct. I always get this mixed up. I'm excited. I haven't flown a Southwest plane in a while. God damn it, I did it wrong again. Son of a gun. So nose to the right. Oh, it's from the pilot seat. Alright, well, whatever. We'll be okay. We'll just cut across the grass, I guess. Alright, let's put on an engine. Wait for N2 to start ramping up. There we go. Let's give it some fuel. Let's put on our TCAS system. Now there is no traffic. I'm sorry, there is no...
Pushback complete. Parking brake set.
There's no weather
Brake set.
simulation in this airplane, so... All right, let's get rid of the let's get rid of the tug. And let's go to return here, and let's go to our takeoff page, because we may have to accept the VNAV speeds again. So V2 is 145. Let's put that at 160. I usually do 15 knots over that. And the course for this runway is, it's a bearing of 168. So let's put 168 here. Throw in the other engine. Let's set the brakes for RTO. Alright, that's good. Let's put these on continuous. Let's put on our taxi lights. Go ahead and our engines are running. Let's go ahead and put the isolation valve on auto. Put the packs on auto. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but you can hear the air kicking on inside the airplane. It's pretty cool. Let's put the generators on. Hey, do you want the... Sorry about that. I know I'm playing pilot right now, but I had to play father for just a quick second. All right, let's go ahead. Well, not really playing father. I'm not really helping. I just handed her something. I guess if I was playing father, I'd help out. All right, let's see here. Do you need help?
No, I'm just going to put people in jail.
Oh, okay. All right, so we have no restrictions with our climb, so we'll just leave in 10,000 for now, and then we'll switch that as we get closer. All right, let's go ahead and put our flaps down to 5, and we'll take off. There we go. Verify takeoff speed. So now it's 140, 140. Thank you, darling. And 145. All right, that's all good. All right, let's taxi to the runway and get this bitch up in the air. Let me turn off the VORs. We don't need those on. Chad wants to leave his on. He can leave his on, but the pilot side doesn't need them. All right, let's go, bitch. We're going to try to make like a turn on the grass here. Brake. Oh, the brake is still on. No wonder I'm not moving. I thought the brake was off. Let's see if we can just turn around here. Should be able to. I might have to change something. Oh, we can go this way. You know, give me a second. Something's not right. I think it might be in the settings. Give me a second. Let me look at something here. Make sure that was clean before you put that, like, okay. All right, let me go into setup and options, simulation, rudder only. Yeah, see, that should be fine. Pillar and rudder only. Yeah, that should work. I don't know why we weren't turning. All right, let's go again. Oh, yeah. I gave you the other one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can have these. Yeah. Yep, bye. All right, now we're okay, I think. Yeah, we're turning better now. I don't know why that happens sometimes. Uh-oh. And the air traffic controller's not doing too good of a job on that, are they? That's a pretty cool livery, actually. I like that. Let's get back on track now. I have never flown in this airport before. Flown over it quite a few times, but I've never been actually on ground at this airport ever in fake life or in real life. We never put our flight directors in. Probably a good thing to do. Probably a good thing to do. Alright, we're ready to roll. We got LNAV active, we got VNAV set up. Remove the parking brake. A little bit of fuel. Turn on data so it shows information on the waypoints like time or altitude or speed constraints or anything like that. All right, that's lined up good enough. Let's give it some gas. And let's hit our toga screw. That's what we have. We have a toga screw.
80 knots.
Jesus Christ. Knocking everything over.
Maintain. Positive rate of climb.
We're up. Wrong button. Sorry about that. All right, engage autopilot. Let's put our landing gear down. Lock our landing gear. There we go. And we can put our flaps up. We are good. Good. I hit the wrong button when I was taking off. I didn't mean to put the throttles back that far. I just wanted to bring them just a little bit down. I wanted to remove them just out of the takeoff go-around spot. I wound up holding the button too long, and like the throttles went. I was like, oh no! All right. Try to do this RNAV landing best we can. I haven't done one of these kind of landings in a while where you just go right past the airport and just make a really sharp U-turn. Okay. guys want the ATC turned up louder, just let me know. I don't want it turned up too loud just because, you know, they talk a lot. But it's kind of leveling off just a little bit so we can gain speed. And then once we get up closer to 300 knots, then we'll start really increasing our pitch. But yeah, if you want the ATC volume turned up more, just let me know. Like, if you want to hear it, it's fine with me. Just let me know. I turned it down just because when I was playing it on my own, it was just, there were so many commands that it was bothering me. So I just never turned it back up. Yeah, anything you want to see tonight? If you have any ideas of a flight or an airplane or a place, let me know. I'm open to ideas for the third flight later. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, or which plane, or where in the world. I would love to do something over like the Pyrenees Alps, or you know, the Bavarian Alps, maybe down in Chile, Argentina, down there. But Europe, most of the planes I can fly, most of the planes in Europe, the screens don't work. They still have a black screen, so, but I can still fly an airplane, just not one with digital screens. So I fly like a Cessna, or, you know, the MU2 or something like that. Well, I don't know if the MU2 would go up to a high enough altitude, actually. Oh, whatever. Whatever you guys want to see. If you have any ideas, just shoot them in the comments, and I'll do my best to make it happen. This plane right now in real life is probably pretty close to landing in San Diego. It took off at 2:04 today, I think. What time is it now? I watch. Oh, here it goes. So it's 6:46 now, 2:06. They're 4 hours behind us. Yeah, I think it took off at like 2:06 today, I think. Got to get my mouse on because I need that to switch over to standard pressure. Right, we can put this up, and we can take the seatbelts off. It's the outside air temperature right now. It's 2. Turn the anti-ice on. And let's switch over to standard pressure. I don't use the mouse. See how this is like kind of flashing like slowly? Well, if I use the controller and I click this button using the controller, this will flash extremely rapidly, and this down here will go from standard to 29.92, and it would just keep on flip-flopping rapidly between those two. Last time that happened to me, by the time I got control of the button again to make it stop doing what it was doing, the barometric pressure dropped so low that it dropped my altitude like almost 3,000 feet. So now I just use the mouse for that. Makes it much easier. Yeah, I have that issue. And I have an issue with the speed brake here. I can't use my controller to interact with it. What I can do is I can come over here and like click here or click here, and it'll bring the speed brake up halfway or fully, or I can arm it. I just have to click on this black bar here. But if I was to click on this right now and try to drag it manually, it'll just continually flash blue for like the rest of the flight. It doesn't do that with the mouse, but with the controller it does. So not a big deal. It's just Making conversation. I don't think we're going to be at our altitude for very long tonight. We pick up our arrival route probably about 20, 30 miles before Los Angeles. So we'll be at 35,000 feet. I wouldn't expect very long tonight. It's not a very long flight. I don't know if something's going to go wrong with the plane tonight or not. I do have failures turned on, maintenance failures turned on, so there's a chance something could happen. If there is, I'm going to have to pause the simulator for a few minutes and find the file that I have on my phone or on my tablet. I have a whole file from Pmdg about failures and emergencies and things like that, and it gives step-by-step instructions on how to try to fix the issue. So that might that'll take a couple of minutes to find, because I think I have it stored to my OneDrive. So it's not a big deal. It's not hard finding it. It's just, I'm at the mercy of speed of whatever technology I'd be using for that. Let's match up our heading with here. So we have 111. $5,000. All right. Let's continue to look at the preview. What am I looking at over here? I'm just going to look at one of the charts for something. I don't remember what it was now. Jesus Christ. My mind just goes like blank all of a sudden. Oh yeah, good. That's what I wanted to see. Let me pull up a VFR map of San Diego. I want to see if there's a VOR station at the airport. So if there is, we might be able to do a certain type of landing. It's an RNAV landing still, but it's a little special. And they don't have a station there. They have one just off to the side. Okay, no big deal. Not a big deal at all. If you have a VOR station and you're doing an RNAV landing, you can click on approach, really in any airplane, and instead of it capturing a localizer and saying like LOC, it'll say FAC, like Frank Apple, Sierra, Frank Apple Charlie. That's kind of like the RNAV version of a localizer capture. And then instead of it saying GS for glide scope, it'll say GP for glide path. And it'll come in almost as precisely as an ILS landing, even though it's an RNAV landing. But we don't have one of those. We don't have a VOR station at San Diego, so just curious if we had it. Most of the time, these RNAV landings aren't hard to do. You just have to make sure you're at the correct altitude at the correct time, and that your plane is set up to do an RNAV landing. Not every plane is set up for that. This plane is equipped very well for that kind of landing, because we can actually adjust the navigation requirements. So you'll see when we're descending. Well, actually, you can see it now. Actually, it shows up too when we're descending. But like if you look here, how it says RNP / actual. So most RNAV landings have a required navigation performance. That's what the RNP stands for. Most of the time it's like 0.9 or 0.11 or 0.3. It depends. It's not universal. It just depends on which airport and what their requirements are. But if you plug that in, what you require, then this actual will try its best to stay within that threshold. So you're actually descending, you're longitudinally, within this threshold, and vertically within this threshold. And the plane does everything it can to try to keep you in that spot. So Yeah, man, we don't really have far at all. We got 55 miles, then 100 miles, and then so, yeah, we may go into speed increase mode momentarily, but it's not going to be like some of the other flights we've done where we're, 8 times speed for 45 minutes. It might just be 10, 15 minutes tonight, maybe. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. I don't know what I want to do with flight plans. I have so many planes to choose from now, and I mean, I really like the Piper. I would love to fly that Piper again, but I did 2 flights with it in the last couple of days. But that Piper jet, I'm amazed by it. I like the PC-12. That's a fun plane to fly. The MU-2 is fun to fly, the Mitsubishi one. The Vision Jet's pretty fun when it works properly. Both of the Cessna twin-engine jets are great, the CJ4 and the Longitude. We have a Dreamliner. And we have Cub Crafters. We have ones with skis on it. We have ones with pontoons on it so we can land on the water. We have the ATR. We have the Bay 146. I mean, we got a lot of planes to choose from. We got Diamond Air, D40, D62, I think it is. I just don't know what to fly later. DC-12 might be a good idea. Oh, we also have the TBM 930, which is a great plane to fly also. That plane's a lot of fun. No. Last week I had a couple of requests about what to do, so I fulfilled those. I think it was 3 of them. Those were all fun flights. I like those flights. There's a couple in the Philippines, from Anchorage to Alaska. And I think the other one was in Indonesia, I think it was. Yeah, we were flying from somewhere in Indonesia to somewhere in Thailand. I think Bangkok. I think it was Bangkok. I forget where we took off from there. Hulk, DC, Joker, Gambit, Lejeune, we need to be at 19 to 15,000. Let's see what it says for Lejeune. Comics is 15 to 12,000. Flash, Lantern. And let's see for Cloyman what it says. Cloyman should be a hard 6,000. Yeah, it is. Gambit is 19,000. And Comics is 15. All right, let's do 2, 7, 3. We'll do 13,000 for Comics. We have between 15,000 and 19,000, so we'll do 16,000 for Lejeune. So 273. By 16,000. Execute that. There we go. Very good. Progress. 9 miles to the top of our climb. Let's go back. See what we had to the top of our descent. Let's switch sides with this. Program here and legs here. Actually, let's set up our fix now. Oh, we can set up our fix later. The way you die, boy. Oh, Raj, John Barrel. That was just tall. Wow, it's good lord. And we got 178 to the top of our descent. It's not too bad. Let's set up our descent. I'm sorry, our approach. So our course is 275. That side, and now this side. That's good, and let's go ahead and set up our heads-up display for our landing. So let's switch modes, and let's plug in some runway information. This will make sure the reticle on the heads-up display is right on smack dab, should be on the middle of our touchdown zone. So the elevation is 15 feet. So let's plug that in. 15. Enter. And the length of the runway is 9401. 9401. Enter. All right, now we got the elevation and the length. So that is good. That's all set up. Oh yeah, we got to set up our decision height. According to Navigraph, that is, oh, we have an RNP of 0.11. Wow, that's not a very big threshold for error. All right, well, let's set up our decision height first. We don't need to do anything with the RNP setting yet. We'll do that as we get closer to our approach. But let's plug in 600 here. Yeah, if you're flying this plane and you're doing an RNAV approach, if the landing chart says, you know, RNP 0 point something, all you do is come down to the FMC here. And like I'm at 0.11, I would just type in 0.11 and then you just come over here and just click this button here. And then that'll change the required navigation performance to whatever the landing chart shows. So yeah, that's all you got to do. It's pretty simple. All right, let's set up our fix. So let's do KSAN. And we're going to set up 5 miles. And we'll set up 10 miles. Just kind of a visual aid so we can see where we should be for like flaps 15, and then also for our landing gear as well. So we got 140 some miles to our descent. I don't know if it's really worth speeding up the simulator or not, to be honest. It's really not that long. Maybe we could speed it up for a few minutes, I guess. I guess we can let's speed it up for a few minutes. Let's see what happens. It's a lot of clouds, and I don't want anything to go wrong because of rendering. It takes it's hard for the system to render those clouds at 8x speed. So let's just we'll just sit here for a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes, and then we'll switch back to regular mode. But in this plane, we can tell that we're in the sped up mode because it's in green here. These numbers are in green. And there's a lot of clouds over Los Angeles today. Good lord. What kind of weather are they having over there today? I can't remember the last time I flown over Los Angeles. It seemed like... No, we're not over Los Angeles yet. I shouldn't say LA. We're close. Where are we exactly? Let me look at the Navigraph. We are... 5... what city is this here? We're right out, we're right by Bakersfield right now. That EHF? Yeah, we're right by Bakersfield. Alright, let's see what we're working with here. We got about 78 miles left. Now we might as well just stay in regular speed. It makes no sense to flip over to 8x speed for a minute and a half, because I usually click it off anyways when it gets to about 40 miles, so let's just leave it. We'll just put this as legs here. We'll put this as progress. And let's see here. This is our first altitude is 27.3, so let's plug that in. Man, there's a whole bunch of clouds over Los Angeles. Jesus. Yeah, it breaks up a little bit when you get to the mountains. Unfortunately, there's no weather in this airplane, so I can't look at radar inside the airplane and see what's going on. This airplane doesn't have it modeled. Hopefully San Diego's not in bad shape. If they're in bad shape, then it's going to be hard to do a visual landing. We'll have to go out to sea and then catch the ILS landing and then come around. This is out to sea, by the way. I don't know why I pointed that. This is out to sea. According to Navigraph, visual flight rules are still in play, so, you know, and that was updated 18 minutes ago, so it should be fine. Oh, you know, I got weather on Navigraph here. I can look at the weather radar here, actually. Radar, Los Angeles. Not showing a whole lot. Just very cloudy, I guess. Guitar, radar. That's not showing any storms. It was really cloudy today over there. Let's see where we're at. 57 miles left. I think having a yoke with this game would be so much fun. Like a yoke and like rudder pedals. So a couple $100. Maybe when I get my new job, maybe I'll, once I get back on my feet financially, I'll look into getting those. Because I think having a yoke would be so much easier than just using the controller. It's hard sometimes to operate the airplane with just your left thumb. Like it's tough sometimes to, you know, keep it at the right angle, or the right pitch. We're good until we make our next turn, and then once we make our next turn, then we'll be really close to the top of our descent. Whale Lake Sky Park. I think Southwest has one of the best liveries on any airplane out of it. I mean, I love the purple. I love the purple for some reason, with the orange and the yellow. For some reason, I really like their livery. I don't know why. I'm not like a fanboy of Southwest. I just I think it's a really cool livery compared to a lot of other airplanes out there. Let's turn this down a little bit. All right, Hulk, that's the beginning of that's the transition to our arrival, is Hulk. So we're officially getting ready to get into our arrival. is our turn to Hulk. LA is over here somewhere. Somewhere around here. Back here, maybe. It's off to our right somewhere over here. Hulk is kind of, that Hulk waypoint is pretty much parallel with Los Angeles. We should be getting ready for our descent here any moment. Only about, I guess, 15 miles out maybe from our descent. Oh yeah, it's right down there, 14 miles. It's the first flight in a long time with this plane where I haven't spent like the whole cruise in sped up, super fast mode. Usually I'm cruising at like 8x for a while, but there we go. There's the top of our descent. Hopefully it gave us enough room to where we don't need to use the air brakes a whole lot. When we get closer, I'll adjust the required navigation performance. Right now, there's no reason for it. Bring our mileage in a little bit on our map here. And let's go ahead and switch to page 4. Actually, let's set up our approach first. Hang on. Let's click on this and that. Very good. So that's done. Let's go back to progress and go back to this page because it tells us if we're how low and how high we are. After 27.3, we have 22,000. Let's plug that in. And we are flying a heading of 138. So far, so good. We'll be on the ground one way or another soon. Either safely or not safely. 145 people on board will be very happy or won't be feeling anything. we should be at 22,000 by Joker. It'll be close. That's not that big of a deal. The big deal is Lejeune and comics. Make sure we're at where we need to be for those. Let's put a little bit of speed flaps in for a second. And I'm actually gonna do a speed intervention here and just turn this down to like 260. That way I can put speed flaps in if I need to, and I don't have to worry about the engines kicking on. Let's go down to 20,100. All right, doing okay. I'm coming off the coast of Newport Beach right now. And, it's like Santa Monica. Is that Santa Monica? Santa Ana, California. And Newport Beach is where we're kind of running off to right now. When we cross over into the ocean, that'll be Newport Beach. And we're right on point with 20,100. That's good. Let's go down to 16,000 now. And the reason I do it in these steps like this is so I can see it on I can see it on the map here. I can see this green arc is our computer system telling us where it thinks we're going to be at for that altitude that we programmed. So we need to be between 15 and 19,000 feet. I programmed 16,000 feet. And right now, at our present descent, it thinks we're going to be right around 16,000 feet. Pretty much right on point. So it's good that we turned the throttle down, because if we were still speeding up at 273 or higher than that, we probably wouldn't be, this green arc would be probably quite a bit after that spot. So we're doing good. Newport Beach right there. Laguna Beach. Go down to 13,000. And let's move this down a little bit. Actually, let's leave it out so we can see our mileage better, our altitude and stuff. Let's put our speed brakes in a little bit. Starting to pick up some speed. plug in 9,000. Because at LNTRN, we need to be at 230 knots and no lower than 9,000. Let's get ready to switch our METAR also over. So let's take ourselves out of standard. And let's plug in 30.5. Come down here and let's click approach. And let's put the seatbelt signs back on. Let's adjust this. I know we're not supposed to be at 230 knots until here, but I mean, we're so far over it anyways that, you know, we're in no jeopardy of riding the speed brake down a little bit. I don't mind letting the auto throttle do its thing once we get down to 230 knots. But, you know, I know this is like a proper speed to decline, but, you know, I don't know how this system calculates the descent in Microsoft, you know, but it always seems like we're descending at speeds where we need to, and angles where we need to use our speed brakes a lot, and I don't like that. Like, I know that they're used, you know, a bit in real life, but they're not like up for miles and miles. They kind of come up and flap and do their own thing. That doesn't happen here. Let's zoom our mouse in a little bit out. Now, okay, we got 30.5. That's good. Go ahead and put our speed brake on again. We may have to throw a little bit of flaps into the equation. You know, once we get down to like 230, we may have to put just a little bit of flaps in just to try to keep ourselves where we need to be. And Cloman, we need to be at 6,000. That's non-negotiable. That has to be 6,000 at Cloman. And that's got to be at 210. We can go ahead and arm our speed now, I guess. It's coming down to EIA, 1 above 10 degrees. I don't know what that means. All right, let's put in 0.11. I've never seen that message before. TIA. To look that up. Well, what the fuck is this plane doing? Why are we at that? It says 230. This fucking plane. Literally says 230. Let's go down to 210. Plane is driving me nuts. And then we got 6,000 at Cloman, and after Cloman, we got to go down to 3,200. Some flaps down. We'll take care of the speed ourselves for a while. Very good. So far, so good. I put on some landing lights. Put these on continuous. Turn off our anti-ice. And from there, we need to go down to 3,200. Yeah, that's a bad idea. All right, we won't do that. We won't put the flaps down more. Adjo, we're doing okay. Let's go ahead and reduce this down to like 200. Or maybe we'll do like 190, I guess. Put ourselves below that line there. Ourselves down to 2,700. Need to be at 2,700 by CIJHI. We really can do a visual landing and all this. Hopefully it clears out by the time we get down there, because if not, we're gonna do a go around and do an ILS landing. $2,000 for Rebu. That's the final approach fix. $142. Let's continue to ride this thing down just a little bit farther. Still about 9 miles away. All right, let's go ahead and take ourselves out of autopilot.
1,000. Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Well, the red and white lights like us a little bit. Too bad. Yo, what's up, Michael? Yo, that was I don't know if you caught that. That was pretty smooth and buttery, my man. I do gotta say, what the hell is Lindbergh? Lindbergh, right? All right, well, maybe this is Lindbergh ground, who knows? Try to get that air marshal waving us in with his glow sticks. Flaps up. That was a pretty good landing. Took manual control around 1,300 feet, and since we programmed our HUD, since we programmed the heads-up display accordingly, it was dead set on that touchdown zone that whole time. All we had to do was just make sure we kept that thing as centered as possible. That was cool. I don't do too many manual landings. Usually I let the plane land itself so I can look at all the stuff on the outside. That was pretty nice. It was nice for a change. That was a pretty intense RNAV landing. I can't remember the last time I did one of those where you come in and you just do like a kind of just like a really short loop. Usually I go out and I do a longer loop. This one was really like, we were like 6,000 feet, and then like we started making this loop, and before you know it, we're like on the ground. That was pretty cool. I have to do more of those like that. All right, let's turn the autopilot system off. Turn the flight director off. Hey man, I'll be back a few hours from now. What time is it? Yeah, it's like almost 8 o'clock. I'll be back probably in a couple hours. I want to get something to eat and chill, but I don't know what kind of flight I'm going to do yet. for the third flight. I don't know yet. I'm still toying with ideas. I'm up to suggestions. I have a few ideas, but I'm certainly up to suggestions. It doesn't matter to me what we do, but I have a few ideas. All right, bro. See ya. Yeah, man, I'll be back on in a couple hours. If you want to check it out again, just hit me up. I'll be around. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, dude. All right, let's see if this air marshal is here or not. Come all the way up so we can see him. I could do a Delta. They don't have an A350 in here, but I could do like an A310, or I can do one of these again. This I might be able to do a Dreamliner actually. I think I have a Delta Dreamliner. I can do that later on. That'll work. Yeah, they don't have an A350 available in this simulator yet. They're working on it, but nobody's come out with one yet. Yeah, dude, tell me to put the brakes on. There we go. There's the side for the brakes. All right, that was cool. Yeah, there's our air marshal dude right there. The only way to get him to show up is to go to the ATC and request a taxi to the gates. That's the only reason I use the ATC. If I didn't, if this wouldn't happen with this guy, I would not use the ATC at all. So, all right, that's it, my friends. I'm gonna look for a Dreamliner flight for the with the Delta livery. I'm pretty sure I have it already, but if not, I will find it. I'm sure it exists. And that's it. Please click subscribe. Please click the thumbs up. It only takes a fraction of your time to do it, but it means the world to me. And I will see y'all over the beautiful skies of Mother Earth.